Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Closet Check. And unfortunately, if you were like me and you're really excited to see my Chrome Hearts Aspen haul, we're gonna have to wait a little bit, running into some of the crazy FedEx delays happening because of all the storms, the winter storms in the Midwest and in the South. So fortunately, we're gonna have to wait a little bit for that, but if you do want to know when that video gets posted, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and also hit the notification bell and you'll get the notification right away. I definitely can't wait until all that stuff comes in. I'm super excited. But otherwise today, I'm going to be going through my small collection from visvim. So for a tiny bit of background, again, I'm not going to go into a full history lesson here, but visvim was started in around the year 2000 by Hiroki Nakamura. And I personally first found out about the brand through their shoes and boots and bags. It was back in the day when people on forums would talk about those quite a bit. And the clothes themselves I then found were very much influenced by Americana, which I love, Native American designs, and in some of the pieces, especially some of the ones I have, I've actually noticed a bit of influence from French workwear as well. So yeah, I got into visvim around the same time that I got into Japanese denim, and it was around that time where I really began to appreciate the Japanese aesthetic of wabi-sabi, or appreciating all of the imperfections in clothes and in designs. And with clothing in particular, it often translates into clothes that age exceptionally well, where certain things are designed out of the gate with distressing, like this denim jacket that I'm wearing today, but other things are also designed in such a way that they, the specific details of the fabric or of the hardware and the way that they're put together is designed to look better after time, after they wear for years. And visvim in particular, they straddle this line. There's a number of their products that are a bit more distressed out of the gate, but a lot of the fabrics again are those that are specifically chosen so that they do wear exceptionally well over time. And as you'll see, especially from my collection here, many of their pieces look deceptively simple at first. They're not super flashy, not super crazy or avant-garde, but they're built and created in such a way that you're really able to recognize that they're not just any other shirt or any other jacket that's out there on the market. Okay, so first up is this 3/4 sleeve jacket that I picked up from visvim. So it has this sort of light brown linen fabric and these wooden buttons that are down the front. And the design of this one in particular is one that you can see is, again, influenced by some of the French tour coats in terms of how the pockets have been placed, both on the chest here as well as around the waist. It even has some pockets on the inside as well. Now, the absolute best part of this jacket, though, is the fact that it has these really interesting 3/4 sleeves. Because you really don't see too many jackets that are built and designed so that they can show off any sleeve that is poking out from under the jacket. Again, it's not like your typical blazer that is designed, just for like an inch or so of fabric to show. But instead, it's designed for quite a bit more to be able to show from the bottom. I personally love wearing this jacket with a casual button-up under it. I usually roll up my sleeves for my button-ups, and actually it works perfectly with the way that these sleeves roll up as well in terms of how those layer together. So yeah, it's a super cool and interesting layering piece. I used to honestly just leave it on my chair in the office so that I could throw it on as something that is, less formal than a blazer, because I worked in Silicon Valley and we definitely didn't wear suits in the office or anything close to that. But less formal than a blazer, but more interesting than just say throwing a hoodie on and having it be something that is, again, just a really cool and awesome layering piece to have. Also, it totally works with just wearing a t-shirt under it too, so it's super versatile. Okay, so this other piece that I have from visvim is honestly the absolute favorite jacket of mine to wear in just about any situation. So it's this long coat, and it has this dark gray cotton fabric, and it's actually a really interesting fabric and has an interesting texture. I want to say it's, again, sort of moleskin-like, and in some ways the texture and the way that it feels kind of reminds me of suede, because it has sort of a light fuzziness on top of the base fabric itself. And because of the way that the fabric was made, it actually lends itself extremely well to fading over time. And so it's obviously not going to be as intense of fading as, say, raw Japanese denim is going to fade over time. But at the same time, there's little details of just, again, how it wears, even at the little edges of the pockets, the edges of the placket here, etc., that give it really interesting texture in terms of how it lightens up and fades in these different ways as I just continue to wear it over the years. Again, to me, it's sort of the perfect long coat. It drapes extremely well, and it's sort of cut and designed in a way that you can definitely tell when it's being worn, that it's not just any other jacket that you could pick up from the mall. And it has perfect placement of these pockets that are on the front and also on the inside. You see my other videos, you know how much I love having functional and awesome pockets. And the other detail that I absolutely love is that it has functioning buttons for the sleeves. And so you can roll up the sleeves and it actually shows off the really cool inner lining fabric that it has, and definitely was designed to be able to do that. And if you can't tell, I really love just being able to roll up my sleeves and having garments that work very well with that. So yeah, that just about does it for my collection. I actually also have a pair of shoes from visvim that I was able to get on sale years ago. They're actually visvim's sort of take on Clark's Wallabies. But unfortunately those are in storage back in California and I don't have them to be able to show here. But otherwise, picking up new visvim items for me personally is an absolute must whenever I visit Japan. I was able to get my 2 jackets that I showed here on different trips to Japan, and it's definitely on my list. If and when we can finally start to go travel internationally again, that I definitely need to get some more pieces from the brand. As I've mentioned before, everything is always cheaper in the country where a brand is from. And so that's why my collection of visvim is not that big. I've only had a couple of trips to Japan to be able to add to this collection, and is why I don't go off and try to order from different websites in the States or otherwise internationally, when I just know it's that much cheaper in Japan. So until we can get back, I definitely can't wait to travel internationally again, get back out to Japan. But until then, just let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll catch you next time.